Thank you very much. Good afternoon, members of the media. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think it was a very tough one, knowing very well that we came from this game after we lost a game against Sundowns. So what was very important, it was for us to cite our players, to make them aware that we have not been winning, but this is a cup game and we have to give an A performance. And I must say, well done to the players in terms of how they responded to our analysis, how they responded in terms of implementing the plan today. I think from the first minute you could see that we really wanted to win this game. We were putting much pressure on the opponents and we did not give them much space to play. And I think our counter-pressing was very good, was very spot on. But before I can give you more of the game itself, I think we need to say congratulations Kaizer Chiefs, congratulations the chairman, congratulations to our supporters. I think this is long coming because we haven't put much smiles on the faces of our supporters, and I think coming from Sundowns, it's a deserved win. We are love and peace nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take a few questions. Luli?
Okay. Coach, congratulations, Coach. It looks like you did an early audit and balancing of players. I'm looking at the depth of the bench and Sile coming in. When did it happen? It happened.
Look, the good thing about me being part of Kaizer Chiefs for the past 2 years, I think we did a squad audit and we came up with a plan to say we must have a squad balance going into this game. Little did I know that I will end up becoming the head coach. And I think I must say well done to the technical team, Coach Arthur, Coach Shepi, Coach Reina, Coach Sladi. These are the guys who have been working very hard coming toward the end of the season and at the beginning of the season. I think we are united front, and I think you can see the performance of the players believing in ourselves, believing in what we are working on. We always say let's trust the process, and the process has got its own stages. And the first stage we experienced today was a win and qualifying for the semi-finals. And I think the players back home, we need to say congratulations to them because they helped us to give this type of a performance. The players on the bench, they were very positive, the attitude was good, and the players on the pitch, I think they responded very well.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win. We saw Tato Yahuneti going off, looks injured. How bad it is?
I think we'll get a report from our medical team, but we are advised to say he might not finish the second half because I think early in the first half he was pulled back and then seemingly there was a problem with his shoulder, and then we are advised to take him out because we don't want to exacerbate the extent of the injury. But I think he's a strong man. The doctors will advise us. We still have a full week next week for the doctors to work on him. Hopefully we'll be available for selection come next weekend.
Okay, Mark.
Coach, can you tell us a bit more about Castillo when you guys first saw him, and how I believe you might have signed him some time ago already, and just what he brings? He looked at times to be caught a little bit by the pace of the game, but at the end, of course, we saw his quality.
I think, like I was saying at the beginning, in responding to the question about the squad audit and the squad balance, that was done last year. We had scouts going to Venezuela to watch him play, and we saw a player that we need in the club because we needed somebody with authority, somebody with confidence on the ball, and somebody with a little bit of intelligence in dealing with the situations. And I think he's bringing that to the team. By the way, it is only his third game in South Africa, and there is still more to come out of him because he appears to be a very intelligent midfielder. So in terms of the pace, I think, like I said, he still has to adjust to the weather conditions in South Africa and also the understanding of the type of opponents we play against and also the type of players that will always play around him. I think in terms of tactical cohesion and understanding, we still have a long way to go to be a solid team tactically.
Coach, just in terms of this game itself, it was a great brand of football by both teams. Were you expecting that high tempo of a fixture today?
Yes, of course. I think when you look at Cape Town City, the past two games, it was of a high intensity, the game they played. And when you look at the game we played against Sundowns, also in the second half, it became a very high intensity game. And also, we should also consider the fact that it is early in the season and it's a cup game. And in the cup game, we are fully aware that if you don't win as early as possible, you might track the game to extra time, and extra time you have challenges in terms of the energy levels. And I think a very good plan from Coach Eric, and we had to respond in us coming here with 1 point in mind, playing to win this game. I think good performance from both teams.
Still got a question? Okay, David.
Coach, congrats on the win. David from Idiski Times. You made two very positive subs with Ranga and Sale, and obviously it paid off. You could have settled for, draw, maybe extra time. What was the thought process of, it looked like you wanted to go for that winner?
I think last week we made, when I was addressing the media, I said we are still managing Ranga, and we wanted him to come fresh, and that was the plan in terms of our recovery and freshness. And in him coming in, we are fully aware that the defenders are staying very deep, and with him coming in as a physical person who can hold the ball, who can flip the balls, that was the plan. Because the first half we were looking at speed and quality, making the runs behind the defense. And we are fully aware that Tariq Phillips came in just to stabilize the defense, and in stabilizing the defense, we needed to bring in Ranga and also Saile on the other side. And Ash being moved to the left, that was the plan. And I think the plan worked out very well, because even though Ash also was struggling towards the end, but he's got a big heart. He has got so much belief in himself, in his qualities. And I think that was presented to all of us today.
Coach Sandile from Goal. Just coach, away from your title as the head coach, just in terms of how you were received by the masses, by the media, a lot of contraction, obviously, opinions were shared when you were appointed. I mean, you just mentioned that you didn't expect that you were going to be the head coach when you initially joined the club. Just from away from your title as the coach, when you watch and just reflect on how you were received, what did you make of that?
I think I need to thank the management and the board of the club, because the appointment was made mainly because of the need to have continuation in terms of the tactical plan of the club and also the projections. By the way, I was the head of technical, and reports were presented, and we realized that there were certain areas that we needed to work on. There was a lot of noise about other coaches coming to Kaizer Chiefs, and the club never said anything about anybody coming to the club. I think it was a plan from the club to say, look, we have to have somebody from within so that we can continue with our technical team. As for the public and anybody who had questions about me, I said it and I'm saying it is normal. In South Africa, you are declared useless before you were even born. And I think it's a process that all of us need to understand. When you are carried for 9 months, there is respect and belief that whoever is going to be born on this earth, you will have a big contribution to make. And I think the most important thing is for me to say thank you to the supporters, thank you to the club, thank you to the chairman, to have given me this opportunity to coach the club, and the support I'm getting from everybody, including the technical team.
Zahir.
Coach, Zahir Adams, Independent Media. You touched on actually Preez, big heart. He's got 2 goals in 2 games. What do you expect from him for going forward for the season?
I think he's not yet at his 80%, because he got injured in our last game against Cape Town City, and he did not have a full pre-season with us. So that is why I'm saying he has got a big heart. He believes so much, and we believe so much in him. So if we are talking of him being 70%, 80%, let's think of Ash being 100%. And I think it was the best acquisition that we brought to the club, because we were fully aware of his qualities, and he's paying back in terms of getting goals for the club.
Hi Coach, with Mdum Tanzania, as you were preparing to come here, would you say that maybe he is the player you expected more from him, as someone who knows most of the players that are in this club? And secondly, in preparing for this match, as the technical team, did you maybe at some point use him in terms of getting inside info? Thank you.
I think we are a professional team, and we are a team of professionals in our technical team, and we always give respect to the opponents and give respect to our players. By the way, we brought Ndum Danzani to the club because of his qualities, and we believe that he's the missing link that we need to have in the club. And I think he has done very well since he came in. And we did not play him last week because we wanted him to have the hunger coming into this game. In terms of our game plan, he was that player that we needed to start with, and I think he had a very good game in terms of his overall performance. When it comes to us analyzing our opponents, we do the same, irrespective of whether you come from the team or you come from outside. We did our own analysis. We came up with a good plan, a good preparation, and that is why even Ndum Danzani and the rest of the guys had a good game tonight.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, coach, for your time.
Thank you.